Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a program called Fiume. It's a financial planner for medium to long term. And what we want to do this week is focus on a new kind of report, monthly net income. All right, let me kick off a test in the background here. I haven't done that. All right, so what this is going to look like is it's going to be a bar chart kind of thing. And each column is a month. So the income is the numbers above the line, and expenses are the number below the line, and we're ignoring assets and liabilities. So this is more of, it's kind of more of an instantaneous view, I guess I would say, of the month's spending. And we'll also plot a line that shows where the average is. So this one's, whoops. I guess Command U is not, unexpected. Okay. This one we underlined the line between 8 and 9 because 3, minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Or is it the line? Somehow I should cancel out. I think it's below. These two cancel and then you're left with negative 2. Okay. All right, but let's see what's going on here. 2 test failures. Oh, I did screw around with stuff. So I noticed we had even our assets said like $1,000 per month, even though it was, a savings account or something. And I changed it real quick before the summary broadcast, but I didn't run tests apparently. Bad programmer. Okay, so an amount, 2 different failures. Yeah. Okay, this is set is amount. Oh, okay. Yeah, amounts no longer include the per month. That's at a higher level because they don't know. All right, I think that might do it. All right, now where we're working, nope. Well, net worth gets us there. Okay, we can, scenario summary, that's what I'm after. All right, so we modified things. Well, we modified the calculation. So the summary, you have a set of possibilities. Each one is a scenario. And then every month we have that individual month's summary net worth. Okay. But our calculations for net worth. All right. We modified them to support this money by type. And we did all the calculations with it. And then we just stored the monthly summary, just the net worth at the amount. Okay, but what I'd kind of like to do is also store the month by whatever that monthly total is. Type to month, what did I call it? Money by type. Okay. Yeah, I would like the what is it? Well, it's the summary. I would like the summary to contain that value. So not just the net worth, but also the money by type. Okay. And the reason I want this is because the calculations that I want to do for that report are the income for the month minus the expense for the month. And that should be the net value. So I need to display the income and I need to display the expenses, and then I need to display a bar that shows the position of the difference. Okay, and I still can't escape net worth, though, I don't think, because he's the accumulation of all the previous months. We could rederive it by recalculating all that, but I think net worth is fine as is. All right, so let's get some net worth tests. Okay, and really, I want to make sure the month knows a net worth knows money by type. Okay, and we'll need, well, let's take this. Okay, so when we got a scenario, income $1,000, I'm going to make this unchanged. I think I can say dates. Who as always. Okay. I believe I can do that. No, I can't. Leia type income. Okay. Okay, so we'll make a scenario with these 4 things in it. And then we want to do net worth scenario. Well, we need everything in there. Okay, we're just going to take 1 month. Okay, and if I take result dot net worth by month, gives me monthly summary, array dot first dot, and then we don't want net worth. I think we want to say money by type sub income. That should equal our 1,000. Okay. Yeah, we don't have the type in yet, so I don't think that'll make. Oops. Okay, so first income, asset, expense, liability. Okay, so we make a scenario with the 4 different types, and then we run that through the net worth calculations, and we want to make sure that every net worth type is in there. Now, I don't know why the error messages are inconsistent, but that's okay. All right, so this goes on net worth, doesn't have a money by type. This thing doesn't. Okay, so public let money by type go to is of type, Leia type. Well, it's actually we called it money by type. Now money by type I think is living over here. No. Oh, he's on his own. Okay. Good. Okay. Now, what's that do to the test? I think there's still, yeah, subscript is not available. Okay, so let's open that up. I think we say public private set. Is that the way you do it? Okay, money by type needs to be something. We'll make it money by type. Okay, that's gonna be wrong. That's old. Yeah. Okay. Line length. Okay. Can I find one character? Yeah, I'll do that for now. Get through the test first. Now it should fail because we just put an empty one in the field. Okay, 4 failures. And it gives us 0 back. Okay, so money by type. Default is 0, so that's why that's that. Okay, and now this, well, we're going to store the real one instead of storing the junk, the empty one. Okay, so, whoops. Monthly total. Okay. became 0. Did it really run? Okay, so we've accumulated monthly total. I would assume that's correct here. Huh. Wow. Okay. Let's make sure we're asking for the right thing here. So we want the range is 2024 Jan. I don't think there's an issue just making that 1 month wide. Well, let's do this instead. So the first one should be, well, yeah, that's the range we're asking for. I think that should be fine. I don't think that's the issue, but this is scenario summary. Okay, so result is that should be a monthly summary, then get the money by type and the income. Okay, so well, I guess let's debug it. Oh, sorry, this scenario summary where you add the money by type. Ooh. Monthly summary. Okay, it'll look correct to me too, but it doesn't pass the test, so something's off in my understandings. All right, let's break here. Do I need to see? Well, let's break here. We'll continue. Oh. Four distinct streams. Somehow I'm off. Knows money by type. Okay, that's the one we want. Turn that breakpoint back on. And continue. Okay, so let's print month year, January 2024, print monthly total. Ooh. Huh. Let me make sure I spelled everybody right. Income, asset, expense, liability, all upper. Let's look at Leia's just to make sure that's the right thing. Oh. Well, that doesn't quite tell me. I don't think I can. Well, that was the first month, so let's continue. All right, now we're in next month. Month, year. Print Leia dot type income. Okay. Amount 1,000. Okay. Should still be, whoops. Okay. Dates includes month. Okay. Start low amount. What is dates? Oh, is the date range we chose. Yeah, we initialized the Leia. Oh, we said always, right? So unchanged. Okay, so that's always. So dates includes month should be true. Dates is always. How does that not include it? Oh. First, less or equal to month. Effective start, less or equal to month, year. Continue. Continue. Is this going to be our August? Yeah. No, it's a date range problem. Well, we're back to the thing where the dates our simulation is running is today till today plus 30 years, but the date we set up in the test case is January 2024. This is August, so it says, oh, it really is out of range. Effective start. We'll go to it. Unchanged month year dot start. And that comes in from there. So yeah, it's so when I whine and whine about my global variables and I hate having them in there, this is kind of an example of that. It's got a static value that it knows is the valid range for things. So I mean, I can change my test data, but it's kind of a pity I have to. Let's give ourselves 10 years. Okay. And I went back to just 1 month. Yeah, we could I mean, what's the root problem? The root problem, well, I mean, maybe effective start could be a little pickier. Clean out these. Ay, ay. Tube failures. Interesting. Expense. Oh, is negative. Yeah, that's. I was wondering about that too. Okay. You know, we switched to making most things positive, but then we get signed amount at this point, and that's kind of what we want for this report. But it's annoying anyway. Are you building? No. All right, let's fix this formatting thing while I'm here. Oh, I should delete all breakpoints too. Yeah, could we force today? Yes, we could, but you know, I think that question of dates being less than or equal, maybe maybe unchanged shouldn't be month year dot start. Except I don't know who uses effective start. Let's see. There's times you'd like it to be, and there's times you wouldn't. Right. Signed amount. Oh, well, here we don't even worry about that. Okay, then yeah, we could change this. All right, so I mean, I could do like 1950 January, or we don't have a minimum for month year. Maybe even, I don't know. I hate to. I mean, like, it's a pretty fair bet. Right, the last oldest person died this weekend or something. Was she 112 or 115? Yeah, so she was not alive in 1900. So this is before anybody we're going to deal with. All right, so if I did this and I made this back to 2024, the test should still pass. Yeah. Somebody else is not. Probably a date specifier. Right? Yeah. That's not. That's a pseudo error. Okay, where is it? Date specifier 79. Okay, yeah, so this kind of a backwards driving thing. I don't know, it's a little arbitrary, but it's, we're not trying to get back to the roots of time. We're just trying to get something forced small. It's kind of a long time ago. All right. So the core thing we did was make monthly summary record money by Leia type. Okay, so I think at this point, the reporting data in possibility summary has what we want, and we should be able to make a UI that reflects it. Okay, so I think we can close all this for now. Okay, but I guess I should record this, right? Monthly income, something, monthly net income. Okay, and then so right now content view, whoops, good guess. Content view. Okay, so up here we store this chart, and now I want this to be I want it to be two possible charts. One is the net worth chart that we have today, and the other is the net income by month chart, I guess. All right, so like we should extract this out. Chart X scale, start date, number of months. Okay. Let's extract a method. We will not do that. Oh, we will. Okay. This is net worth view. Okay. Now let's move this into a class. All right, he's going to need start date. He's going to need plans. That comes from start date. Net worth by month. And data series. Oh, data series is local. Okay. Right, so let's extract view. Or, well, I guess let's make a new class. Whoop. Don't know what I did to deserve that closing. All right. New file. Net worth view. Yeah, I have to be a little careful there. So what I find weird, let me get, is it net worth? No. Money by type. Okay. Yeah, so here we say net income equals income plus expense. That's because we know those expenses are already negative. I think that may be a mistake. I think if I think to what accounting seems to do, almost always they maintain values as positive integers, and then their equations express the negatives. So the normal formula for net income is net income equals income minus expense. So I think that's an opportunity for a refactoring. We've kind of grown up both ways. We start off with positives, and then we added some negatives. Then we made some stuff positive by the way it's kept, but not everything. It's really that signed amount by type in here in net worth did the calculation and it put the sign back in before it stuck it in this. I think that's wrong. But we'll have to, it will take some work to peel that apart. Let's get the report going and then we'll focus on that. Although it's probably easier to fix it before. But even our report is going to have to make the negative values for expenses. So it's not hurting it the way it is now, really. All right, let's get this thing pulled over. Import Swift UI, public class net worth view. Extends view. Body of some view. Oh, should be a struct. Okay, and then the stuff we need, right? We need start date and plans. I believe that's a month year, and plans are plans. I should let it do the work for me after I put the variables in. Thank you. Okay. Cannot find chart. Cannot find number of months. Month year conform to plottable. Okay, number of months. Well, let's just pass that in. Okay, and init xy requires month year conform to plottable. What's data series? Why is that complaining? Init xy plottable. Oh, where did I put this thing? I don't know why I have to always check this. Yeah, okay. Because the plottable is a view thing, so that's up here. All right. Okay, so now we have, oh, right. Nobody's calling this, so there's no, it's just a kind of a syntax check, really. Okay, and this should run. And probably should have been done in the first place, honestly. That's enough of a view to deserve its own struct. All right, and I changed the stuff for my demo, so picked a starting date showing the exponential curve there. All right, let's take out this 2 version. Yeah, it's a nice little curve. Yeah. It's always fun doing these graphical things, even if they're minimal graphics, you know, it's like, ooh. Okay, but he still looks good. So let's take that. Modified content view to extract net worth view. Do it? Okay. All right, so what we want is a net income view. And I want to select, I basically want a selector up top here to choose, do I want net worth or net income by month? Okay, so let's just put it down here for a moment. Net income view. And I guess he's going to need number of months. Well, presumably he needs the same stuff. Okay, now that doesn't exist. Let's make it exist. Put it where it goes. So both should be there. Well, while that's building, he's building. Okay, let's find the Swift charts. We need to find the chart that looks like our chart. It's kind of like that one, but I think there's a decent article on it in here. And that's not the one I'm thinking of. It's probably this one. Yeah. Okay, so we sort of have a data source already. We want bar marks. Oh, this is kind of it. Oh, we should get the two views, the graph on top and then just says text TBD. Yeah, okay. So let's make that selectable. Oh, is it toggle? No. I know we do it probably amount view. It's not a picker. What is that widget? Well, date specifier view certainly has to. Oh, it is a picker. Oh, picker style segmented. Okay, okay. All right, so we need kind of the equivalent of this. And maybe we should make a graph view that owns this whole thing. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to put in graph view with this stuff. Type Fiume, yes. Make sure that builds. Oh. Okay, and let me find date specifier view. Let's steal this. Okay, and then we have to initialize it. We need a binding. Sorry, the state. Okay, I don't think we need to be that fancy. Okay. Now we need a picker with a selected type. I don't think we need to do the on change thing. All right, so we got our picker. This is graph type. And we'll tag it with the value. Okay. And then we do a switch. Okay, so we'll make a case of the views. Okay. I guess we don't need the tag because we've got the graph type in the selection already. Okay, let's try that. And I don't even know why. I think like, oh, should that be a separate file? I mean, this is clearly big enough to be its own thing. All right, net worth or net income by month. Okay, and I don't think our net income by net worth view doesn't name a size, I don't think. Yeah, it just does it. Okay. So we added picker to select between graph views. Boy, that would be nice to encapsulate, wouldn't it? That seems like macro worthy. I would love to just give it. Oh, well, that's not quite right. Oh, no, it becomes graph view. Okay. Yeah, I would love to give this thing like the names. I guess we'd need this stuff still. I don't know. It's very boilerplate. Provide a picker for each one and then call the right view for each one. Okay, alrighty. So content view no longer needs charts. All right, now let's go back to this thing. We have to have a bar mark X, Y. Okay. And then shape.color. Okay, well, I think bar mark is the right one because I want a green line going up and a red line going down. So let's work through this view, net income view. And I'm certainly going to imitate this. That's our data. Excuse me, net worth. Well, net worth now, that name isn't really quite right. It's really summary. Because it's net worth plus all these other things. Oh, come on, you're close. Okay, 3 tries. What's going on? Index. All right, well, I won't worry about that just yet, I guess. All right, so this, well, all this, we'll just take the whole thing. It's similar. Okay, possibilities, start date, start range, get the net worth, gives you a data series. For each thing in net worth by month, all right, we're going to make a bar mark. The X value is the month, is month. The Y value is 0 dot, and I'm forgetting how we, by month, I guess dot money by type instead of dot net worth. And then the same X coordinate, but this is expense. And now the fact that it's negative is helping. Okay, foreground style by value, scenario name, data series dot name. Oops, that should be Braggins. I don't know where. Data series, net worth by name. Yeah, I guess. Is this going to be useful? I don't think it is. Not like this. Right, we'll run it, but the problem is it's going to look okay for the first one, but if we add multiple scenarios, like which one gets the graph? Well, I think it'll look okay. We'll see what it does. All right, net income by month. Well, what is this thing? He's an asset. Okay, let's change him to an income. Inflation. Okay. So he's starting at 0 and he grows by $1,000 every month. Right. The color is wrong and nothing else. It's not perfect. Actually, the color is. Why isn't it a bar chart? Is it so many bars we can't really see? Let's change that 360 to like 24. I think the bars are minuscule is the problem. Well, I'll make it half as big and see if we can see the difference. Let's. I don't know. I can see a little bit of jaggediness there, so I suspect they're okay. Let's change the dates. Oops. Well, let's just do unspecified. Yeah, I think they're jaggy. But all right, let's do 30. We probably have to choose the scenario as well. Yeah, that's the problem. I also think it goes one too far. Well, we haven't provided the ability to set the chart range. Maybe that would be worth doing. And this is what, 20, 24, 25, 26. It looks like 2 years. Oh, 30 months, 2.5 years. It's reasonable there. It's kind of getting tight. I mean, let's change it again. Yeah, maybe zooming in on this would make sense. Or scrolling it or something. Right. Also, this data is a little boring in practice. let's add another thing. Let's add an expense stream. Spending, make it 850. Okay, there's 0. That's the kind of chart I want in a way. Maybe I should, let's work on the colors. And even as a line chart, it's kind of reflecting the right thing. Maybe that area kind of chart is effective for this. Usually you see it like this, but you see green above and red below. I know there are ways to set that. Net income view. Foreground style. I don't know if I can set it on the bar mark itself somehow. Yeah. So the way we did it here on the other chart, the net worth chart, because it has all the scenarios, it's helpful to have one in red and one in green and so on. All right, so this one, by value scenario name. Data series dot name. Label key range. Okay, where's foreground value? Shape color is shape.color. I think they should. I think there should be a little drop down up here, one per scenario, and let you look at them. I don't think there's a good way to see them all at once, unless we did kind of a multiples thing, and maybe that would be the way to go. All right, let's get the colors right so we can at least kind of make sense of the graph. Foreground, I think this is an arbitrary name. The type is .income . Does income support colors? It almost should. This is one of those things that's like right on the line. I really would like that color name associated with it. We've wanted it before. All right, let's put it in here. Public var color name of string, and then, well, let's just make a Enums must not contain stored property. Oh. I said codable. Okay, maybe it's no better to just have the case statement be done with it. Okay, now public var seems like it should be there for it. I don't think he's really complaining. I hope. I don't know what D is. Plottable. Okay, and then color name should go back to assets. We have each of these things with its own little color. All right, see if that does it. Oh, kind of something, but not quite right. But you can see the 0 point, and these are below the line. Why are those growing? What's our inflation? Growth none. Okay, let's separate these. We'll make this ROI. Okay, yeah. And what I like, well, the colors are wrong, so I don't know what's up there. We can make our negatives go faster or our positives 1%. Yeah, let's make this a little faster. This a little. Okay. You know, we can see the gap is growing in them, but I would like to have a little bar like there, because, well, actually about there, to show me where my net is. What's going on with these colors, though? Foreign style value. Maybe I should name these different. I thought he was supposed to pull the color name from this value. He's not. shape.color. Where's shape? Color is a string. Green is red and purple is orange. That's not so good. Oh, here we go. Chart foreground scale. Okay, that's kind of weird I have to do that, but okay. Chart. Oh, that's really sucky. Okay, well, maybe. I don't need those color names, apparently. Well, if this works. Where's the split? Yeah, 0. It's, yeah, okay, that's sort of better. So we can see the ones above 0 and the ones below 0. We're hitting 2000. Okay. Those colors seem pale, but I don't know if this stuff's, I don't think this color name is adding anything to that. By shape.color. Well, I guess that's the green and so on. Shape color. All right, let's see if I can make this more consistent. Oh, I already have those names. This is adding precisely 0. Okay. Specifying a fixed dimension for a mark. I don't know what that means. Okay, but that's all right. We can tweak our assumptions. I've got them backwards, I guess. Let's see if we can get some point where it clearly crosses. Okay, you might be okay at first, but you're getting negative faster down here. Foreground style uses one color per bar. Yeah, I think we're saying this mark, the income, has the color corresponding to this string, which is income. And then the mapping down here is that string to what color? Well, we're going to use not hard-coded colors, but colors off the name. I guess I could make that more likely. Make sure I'm interpreting it right. I'm going to stick an X on the end there, and I think, well, I'll do it without it, and then I'll add it. So it's using one color on the top bar and one on the corresponding nether bar. Oh, here you go. A nice curve here. Your net worth is increasing for a while, but then eventually the inflation on your expenses overcomes it. Boom. New and unwrapping an optional. Wow, what does that even mean? Oh, that's the thing it was not finding. Okay. So it didn't find the color, I think. Now I'm adding the X in. I hope it's there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is that string here on the value, and they're all keyed by color. But I don't think color matters. This one is kind of arbitrary. Only that we named it a foreground style. Okay, now there's another mark. Now I don't know what this means. Falling back to a fixed dimension size for a mark unit to the data. I don't understand that. Falling back to a fixed dimension size. I think that part's fine. Maybe it's just so negative it's squeezing itself. Okay, so what else? We got point mark, line mark. Is that it? Nope. Area mark might be a good way to do this. Point mark, rule mark, that's the one. A horizontal or vertical rule. Okay. Start date. You know, this one's for drawing like what's the average, say, or threshold. All right, so bar, and then we want a rule mark. The start on the X is the value month. What's the matter? Zero dot month. The end date, I think it's also month. I don't know if I have the same one, if I'm quite legal. And the Y value is net, and that is this. By type, I think this is dot net income. Okay. Now I don't know if I may need to make that month, the second month, be longer. Oh, not terrible. Yeah, not terrible at all. A nicer ruler would be great. Yeah, this one you're just barely falling behind. And now it looks like you're falling behind, but maybe not as much. Now you're caught up. Trying to get flat. Okay. Mark value can have a unit. I don't know what the unit would be. Okay. Can I do advanced by 1? I think this is going to put him off kilter. Yeah. He starts at the middle of his bar and draws horizontally. Let's go back. I think we can see things better with the smaller range. Right, so he's drawing from the center of the bar to the start. Well, not quite. It looks like it's just, I can't tell. It's either to the start of the next bar. Okay. Huh, interesting. This Y doesn't even. Okay, maybe there must be some advice on this. An X coding and a Y interval. Okay, X start, Y start. Oh, vertical row, we want horizontal. X start is plural by X. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Oh, but his examples, yeah. Look at this horizontal bar there. That's kind of what I want. Roll mark. Okay. He's not going to have an example. I've seen this page before. Okay, how do I roll marks? Oh, you can use rectangle marks. X value, annotation position, alignment bottom leading. Annotation. Chart content, I don't know where annotation, whatever is coming from. Annotation. And then the content. Oh, date can have the unit by .day. Maybe I can make that more of an integer or something. Okay. Annotates this mark with a view positioned relative to its bounds. Annotates this mark. Spacing content. I don't see the difference. Annotation content. Context. Okay. I guess whether you get a context or not. Oh, Dakin of the unit, is that? I'm just guessing where to put things. Unit. No. I really don't want to deal with that. Okay, let's see. Where's unit come into this? Is that inside the value for x? Like here? I'm not seeing where unit is defined on this. I mean, it seemed to accept it, but yeah, I mean, the complaint is it doesn't know how to convert it, which seems fair enough. It knows it's supposed to represent a month. I mean, I don't think day's going to do any better. Yeah, couldn't convert. Now, how does it know how to convert? I mean, I could add a converter. Yeah, I think day month, like it doesn't know that there's any relationship to date. So I think when you say dot month, it's trying to convert your value to a date, and um, we have the one way, but we don't have the other way. But I don't know. Does date? Um, well, I guess I got to look at date. Let's just try date. Date. Time interval. Maybe I got to use date formatter. They always make it hard. From what? Any decoder? No. Yeah. Date. There's got to be a way to make a date from a month and year. From components, that might be. From the date. I want to go the other way around. How do you create a date object? Yeah. Oh, date components. Okay, let's try this thing. Date formatter from. Nope. Slip 5, date formatter. I don't want to go from the string. I think this is what we need to do. Why not? Cannot assign value of month to type int, but he's declared to be int. Maybe you got to say raw value. +1, I believe. Yeah, I'm not sure there's a problem, but I'll take this little side trip. I don't know what happens if I don't fill in the rest. Whoops. Create date from components. Some date time equals user calendar dot date from components. Okay. And is this a date time? Date. I must have pasted multiple times. Hmm. If they all go to the same place, we'll know. Okay. Oh. Yeah, so if the incomes all line up in one place, something to do with the width of the bar to the excess marks. Well, maybe being more precise on this will solve that bar problem. Okay, let's tweak this. Yeah, that is helping. So before it just drew a point in the middle of the bar, and then when I said make it bigger, it made it all the way to the next bar. This appears to be a line centered on that bar, and that's, well, and notice I've got this offset, so it changes the width of these bars. Okay. Get them working the same and see if they look right. Might actually specify width of the bar. Yeah, we might be able to specify width of the bar, but I don't know. Let's make this less. Right, but I don't have control over the width of those I don't have a number to tell them the width. Also notice my last bar is out here in the number range. I don't think lowering that number is going to help it either. I'll try, but I think it's just going to stretch each one. Okay, well, I mean, that gives the intent of what I want this to be. It's hard to see the bars. I guess on these normal cases, they just don't differentiate that much. But this does give you a flavor of what this report does. So this one says, this report, you're doing okay for the first year. You're not spending more than you earn, but then you are, and it's not coming back. Again, I don't know if this is, well, also my bar is covering up the stuff. The line is the difference. I mean, I think that line is important because otherwise you're visually trying to say which of these stacks is taller. And I can see it over here, but over here, even to there, I don't know, even that one, I couldn't tell you the green was bigger. I guess I could see the line there. I don't know what we do to get it to not use such width because it's overriding its axes descriptions. Well, that looks like a bar chart, and his doesn't do that. Chart this ID date. Can you make the line dashed or dotted? I bet you can. No, they're doing it on the other. Week steps dot period. No, steps is his data, I think. And that's something about the foreground style. Oh, so they do less than. I don't know if that's. It's a an open interval instead of a closed interval. I think there's a way to specify a period on a line you draw. And if you say 3, 3, then it'll do 3 on, 3 off, 3 on, 3 off, or something like that. But I don't remember where that is. Okay, yeah, let's try that. I think that's worse. Let's shrink it and see if that makes any difference. It's too shrunk, I guess. I don't know in the totality of this. I wonder if like an area chart might be a better way to go. Yeah, I mean that's dotted clearly, but let's see our net worth view. We just make line marks and they kind of work out. I don't think that'll do it. It's just X and Y. Yeah, I don't think the dashing is worth anything here. Because I think it'll do a shaped line like we usually get. Huh. It's like they're behind. Now they're really behind. Well, this is not doing it. But putting it on the bottom, I thought would make it on top. I don't think it's dashed perfectly. I think something's, I don't know. I mean, that one looks right. How did I lose it? Okay, let me go back to my rule mark. Okay. And I don't even think I need this. I feel like that's kind of okay. Now the series, I don't know why it's overriding things. The difference I saw was their example, wherever it was, used an open range. So like not, I'm doing 1 to 360, whereas 0 to 359 or something. Okay, that's these custom ones. Data fills the space without overflowing in any dimension. Thank you. Yeah. I wish it were true. So here the dot dot less than. And I don't know if that's the problem or one of the problems. Okay, and let me go to area mark. Yeah, I think with the we've missed the break. Yes, we have. Let's take a break. 3 or 4 minutes. Thanks. We're clearly spinning around a little bit. All right, welcome back. Yeah, so let's try it with an area mark, because those bars will blend together when it's so long anyway. Looks like X and Y. And I saw something, yeah, this one. Center creates it to the center. I don't know, we may get stacked like this by default. I don't know, we'll see. Not as satisfying as I'd hoped, but not too far off either. I think it looked better than with all the jaggies. Yeah, let's turn this back to 360. Okay, yeah, so for a while it's pretty neutral, but then you start picking up. Yeah. Well, no, it's not. It's writing out further than I would think it would. But because, see, it's past this dashed line that represents 2054. But it's not overwriting the data, the axis name values anyway. And I didn't have to do dot center. Let's see what happens if I do. This almost doesn't look like it should matter. I'll just do it on the Y, the expense. Yeah, he's trying to normalize it some other way. Okay, foolish looking. All right, well, yeah, that's good. The problem is it's got all the possibilities for all the scenarios, and we haven't restricted it. Well, let's see if this can rename now. Are you caught up indexing? No. Are you ever caught up? Doubt it. Okay, this did not seem to hurt it. Okay, well, I'm just going to change it and see who complains. Well, we know chart does. And probably a test somewhere. A scenario can have child scenarios. Well, they don't really. When we create our plans, they have all those kind of overlapping individual ones. Maybe has the children and the scenarios have scenarios and so on, but that process we go through to generate the scenarios from it generates a concrete scenario that only has a choice for any optional branch of scenarios. It has a choice, so I think we're okay in that sense. Let's get this straightened out first. Make sure the tests are green. So, I mean, I think what we can say is when you get back the possibilities, yeah, there they are. It's got that summary. The summary knows what scenario it's in. Let's find it. Okay. Right. So each scenario in the list has its name. So we can take that list of names and use it. Okay, so, well, one possibility I could see is, like, what if we just got the data? What do we need beyond that? I think that would do it. So let's do that. Let's make this thing pass in a possibility summary instead of plans and start date. I don't think we need number of months. Well, no, maybe we don't. Yeah, we do. What if I did this? No, I don't think that's making a difference. Income view. Okay. Maybe he's not even accurate because I don't know. Okay, so my thought is pass in just the data. This is well, let's just call it data. And then I don't think do we need any of that? Start date? Yeah, I guess we did. What's the hangout here? Start date. Range. Let me take this one out. Oh, I can't do that. GraphView doesn't pass it in. The other one doesn't expect it. Okay, I think that should build. So he seems fine without that domain range thing specifier. Okay. All right, let's do the same thing over here. Net worth view. Okay, that's looking okay. That's looking okay. Okay, and I think it helps them. They're just getting data and they plot it. So I think what you found with the examples with the month, I think that is worth it. Okay, one more run. Okay, and then net worth still looks good. Okay, I'll take it. So we did a bunch of things. Did we color code? Well, we used real date on the x-axis. I guess we added a roll mark. And the rest is the renames. Okay. All right, and then let's set up another scenario. We'll add a scenario. Let's say we have a job. 800 depends on ROI. Or we have an expense that depends on inflation. And I think this is going to get wonky. Maybe we're buying a boat. I don't know. Okay. So, yeah. So this net worth is okay. And this is what we had before. We have scenario 1, scenario 2, job or boat. So if I get a job, my net worth goes up dramatically. If I get a boat instead, it goes down dramatically. And the assumptions feed into that. Okay. I mean, yeah, million difference there, depending on the inflation or whatever. Okay, so these two scenarios definitely differ, but this is going to be crazy. Yeah. It's got the area for one and the area for the other, and this line corresponds to the first scenario, and this line corresponds to the second, and I think it's stacking the two negative areas and the two positive areas. So I believe the highest point on this one is here, and that's where this other one starts. And conversely, this one you think would be more negative. I don't know what's affecting it, but it's clearly they're overlapping and just acting weird. Okay, because it doesn't make sense to say every scenario. Now, the two ways I have basically in mind, one is I put in a Dropbox, and I can choose which scenario we're looking at, and then filter and only show those. Or I could take what's his name, Tufty, has this notion of small multiples, and we could just say for every scenario, let's show this graph, the one that corresponds to that scenario, and that could be interesting. I mean, if you had 9 of these, scenarios, that's a lot to compare, but they've all got a name and they've all got their own picture, and you can see some are just super negative right away. Even in this one, right, it's pretty clear. If you're looking at a job versus a boat, it's like one's putting in kind of the equivalent to the other every month. You double your income or have it, basically. And you get 30 years of doing that will really hurt. Now, a boat is not really, well, I don't know, you wouldn't say it's an expense. It generates expenses. Yeah, surprise. Probably explains why most of us don't have boats, and don't have 2 jobs. Yeah, so I think, I don't know which one's better. There's something about the multiples that appeals to me, just sort of showing, just kind of, you'd see these dramatic pictures, in some cases really high, really low. Otherwise, you're sort of trying to do that visually by, select a scenario, drop it down and see how the next one looks different. Does it look bigger or smaller to you? And it's hard to tell that from over time, where looking at 2 at the same time might be enough. Now, I don't know how to do the multiples. I mean, I guess I could throw a graph view in every cell of a grid, if that makes sense. And even relatively small ones, I mean, if it were 3 across, I think you'd do okay. 2 across, I think you certainly would. And then you would have, I mean, you're not going to have 1,000 scenarios. You just can't make sense of it. But I could easily see having a dozen, and maybe 20 in the most case. And then you would go through and say, like, oh, clearly I can't afford a boat. Let's take those scenarios out. And then dropping down the number of scenarios. The other thing that goes with this is, and I don't know, I kind of have had this notion for a while of putting a little checkbox on the side of each Leia or scenario or group, and you could include it or not include it. And so it will give you kind of another dynamic dimension. If I turned off the boat, what happens? Well, whoop, I look good. So I guess tomorrow we'll pick between the scenario. I'm leaning towards the multiple scenarios, just see how that goes. But we'll pick between those and wrap up this. Well, I don't think we'll wrap it tomorrow. If we get, well, we'll wrap it up in the next couple of days anyway. But for what it is with a single scenario, I'm okay with it. I think the area works fine. The row mark kind of thing goes good, but But I do think we have to handle this multiple scenario case. This doesn't mean anything. I don't know why it's blank and white in certain areas, but whatever. It's some stacking thing. All right. Well, thanks for coming along the journey today, and I will see you tomorrow or in the future, 2 to 4:30 Eastern, 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC, and have a good evening. Bye-bye.